Subaru.
Get 0.9% APR financing on new 2025 Outback models for a limited time.
Man, this takes me back.
The Chargers get set to take on the Patriots. See how it plays
All
out
your
today as we
Y2K
get set
favorites
to
are
kick
back
off.
for only $3 or less. Only at Taco Bell.
Your financial journey starts with your own ambitions, but that doesn't make it a solo mission. Money is a tool to help yourself and the ones you love the most. Saving up for your first home and setting up for your firstborn. Paying down debt and paying it forward when you can. At Thrivent, we help plan your finances for something bigger than money, because sometimes all you need to make a difference is someone to help you make it happen. Thrivent, where money means more.
People call it the biggest small-town festival in Minnesota.
And we came up with the idea of creating a community sports table.
Hershey Company got wind of this, sent 40,000 candy bars.
Made my day 100 times better. I love s'mores so much.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more games, non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories, more highlights, more big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Forced him to get rid of the pass early.
Any way you look at it, incomplete pass is a heck of a lot better.
Damon Bankston getting some high fives from his teammates after scoring his first touchdown of the season to put New Mexico up 21-10. What's on the line tonight for the Lobos? They're seeking their first win against a power conference team since 2008. Jason Eck, in his first year with the program, he's fired up.
And who is he pumping up? Offensive lineman, offensive lineman, offensive lineman, offensive lineman. He is saying you guys have dominated, and especially the last man there, Jamar Tassi, the backup offensive guard slash fullback slash tight end slash wide receiver. They send in motion to crack on at DN. That's an offensive lineman right there. He always will be, even if he is a head coach.
Didn't have much room.
Rios takes a knee. UCLA will march the offense out there. Bryce Underwood leads the Wolverines against Central Michigan. Plus, Kurt Ferentz looking to become the Big Ten's all-time winningest coach. All part of a football triple header tomorrow, only on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Again, Mark Followell, Anthony Herron, Danny Rogers will be on the call for that Iowa game. Anthony Herron was there for win 1 with Coach Ferentz, and now could be there for win 206. Brock, I know what I'm doing at 4:30 Pacific.
I'll be right there with you. They say never say never. That record is never getting broken after Ferentz breaks it. I'm sorry. That is etched in stone for eternity.
27 years, you kidding me? Gilmer underneath, and he finds his way across the 35. UCLA picks up a first down on first down.
Quasi Gilmer just dragging across the field. Caught New Mexico in zone. If you're going to sink back, I'm going to run you guys off and have Quasi catch the ball underneath.
Sends a man in motion. Pass play here on first down.
Yamaleala?
Broken up.
What would you know?
I bet you can't guess.
I'm going to guess. I'm not going to guess.
All stars. Offense, number 3, never got set. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That is the second time now that Quasi Gilmer has been flagged for not getting set. You see him running out there, and this is on Nico. This is on Nico. Should Quasi have a little more pep in his step? Maybe, but he just caught a pass for a first down. Give him a second to line up. 13 penalties.
6 false starts. Almost intercepted. And Drew Speech is going to be seeing that one in his dreams tonight, right through his hands. He couldn't hang on.
He read this perfectly. He read this perfectly. Watch 25 and the jump he gets. Bad snap initially. Boom. And it bounces right off of his face. And I wonder if that bad snap from Nico just caused him to panic a little bit, because Drew Speech was all over that.
And that's off a face mask. Another one over the middle. Another near interception. This time it's Tavion Combs who got to the football first. It was intended for Mikey Matthews.
A little bit of 7-on-7 violence. Tavion Combs here getting a jump on Nico, and he reads it. And I tell you what happened right there. You saw at that angle as Mikey's takes a massive hit. Tavion Combs was hidden behind the official. Nico never had a chance to see him. He came up out of nowhere.
Underneath.
Gets the pass on.
And Woods
gets
it a fourth and about 4.
This is good communication between
Combs and Ash combining for the tackle.
Offense has to stay on the field, have to remain aggressive. That clock is dwindling, and when you're facing a team that can run the ball at will, they can eat up all that kind of clock. This is a now-or-never situation. No hesitation here by offensive coordinator Sunseri.
Bruins were 7 for 9 on 4th down coming into tonight. Iamaleava makes a man miss. Fires. Broken up. No flags. And it's Abe Williams in coverage. UCLA turns it over on downs.
He really ran.
And you see the UCLA sideline with their hands up in frustration because of the potential defensive pass interference.
Get another look at it here. Nico stays on his feet. Just a little behind the receiver.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the leadership of this captain, but getting that captain.
I find motion on the port side. Missed again. Imagine
What are we doing?
So don't settle for just any insurance. And there's State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I did get 6 on that pass.
DQ is celebrating 85 years. So we're giving you an 85-cent Blizzard treat in the DQ app. Now for a limited time. Hurry and get your small Blizzard treat for just 85 cents with a $1 purchase in the DQ app.
It appeared he did a great job of keeping his balance on both sides.
Yeah, the only question is, did he step out?
Don't
That's
forget
what
to
I think they're looking for in the booth.
There'll be hard times. Hard times. Oh, yeah.
Well, after taking a long look at the replay, he didn't see anything to change the original rule.
Yeah, there's actually 2 things they lose with that. 1, they lose a timeout, and 2, they lose a challenge. Especially on days like this. Sure, you want to get as many yards as you can, but losing a ball because you didn't protect it will turn the game around very quickly.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
I'm the Modelo Recruiter, and I reward full-time fans. Check out this recruit, the early season hopeful. Doesn't hope that this is her team's year. No, so this full-time fan deserves a Modelo.
At the 1-yard line.
He saw where he wanted to go with it, and before he knew it, the hole was closing up.
Welcome you back to Pasadena, and we're going to bring in our rules expert, Steve Strimling, because as we look at the last play, Nico Iamaleava hit here by Darren Agu, and Steve, this was reviewed for targeting, but ruled not targeting.
Yeah, it's a good stop for review. The defender does lower his helmet, but he's got to hit him with the crown, which is the 6-inch radius, directly on top. Even though he lowers it, it's probably somewhere on the above the face mask, and it's not clear and obvious. And replay is going to officiate that play, through the videos, regardless of what was called on the field. I agree with the call.
He felt the pressure coming, but he couldn't get the ball out. He's got to do a better job of making his read.
Look at Nico Iamaleava looking down at the iPad, trying to figure things out for this UCLA offense, but staying in this game, Brock, is going to be on this defense for the Bruins.
And unfortunately, at no point this evening has UCLA shown the ability to stop the run game, averaging 6 yards a carry. New Mexico, in their minds, are saying, we're just going to keep running this football until that clock hits 0. UCLA has to get stops.
And Chisholm gets in the backfield, grabbing onto the ankle of McKinney. Good stop from Chisholm. And if you're wondering how hard DJ McKinney has worked today, look at this jersey.
Under pressure.
Chisholm reads that play perfectly. You saw tight end Kate Keith, 88, pulling. Chisholm says, I'm going to follow that guy and shoot the first gap I see. He does that. Now you get in a third and medium. And by all means, as obvious as it is, it has to be said, this is a must-stop situation here for the UCLA defense.
Third down and 6 for the Lobos. Lane fires. Buckley was there, but did he see the first down marker?
Even if you don't get in the end zone every time.
And is it going to be 4-down territory for New Mexico?
There's now a flag on the field very late, about 3 seconds after the play ended.
Oh. Didn't see anything initially, unless this throw was made in front of the line of scrimmage. Not sure what they're looking at here, Brock.
He's trying to take the lead on this drive as they take over.
Ineligible man. And a lot of times with those long, drawn-out plays, the offensive linemen start getting antsy. They're thinking, okay, it's been like 6 seconons, my quarterback's going to start running. And they start going downfield, and then Jack throws the ball late.
Receiver downfield, offense number 78, 5-yard penalty, third down.
They got to find a way to give them a little more time back there. The defense was
Take a look at the middle of the screen here.
Some options out there in the second.
And this is not what I said. That is miscommunication. That is an offensive lineman thinking, this is a full-on run play. I mean, that's not even a RPO read right there. He fully thought that was a run play, and now you get pushed back 5 yards, and this UCLA defense gets another opportunity.
Captain Richard Pierce.
You don't want to buckle when you got the other
flag on the play. Third and long.
And a pickup of about
dump off for Bankston. Trying to get to the outside. Beats Chisholm to the sideline. Bankston to the house for the touchdown. Lobos extend their lead some more. As Damon Bankston goes for 43 yards and his second touchdown of the night.
The slippery Bankston breaking every tackle that UCLA could throw out. 1, 2 with the stiff one. Stepping over a tackle there. And in an effort to punch out the ball, John Vaughns is not able to get him on the ground. Carlo, let's remember, Coach Foster accepted that penalty. It was 4th and 1.
So 3 and out, and they'll line up.
Hindsight is 20/20. I get it, but it's something to think about.
Wiki drills it. And New Mexico takes their largest lead of the game.
Ball on their own 45.
All right, team, listen up. There's a national blood shortage. Big Ten schools, how do we get students, fans, alumni to donate? Hit me. Give them merch. Not quite like that. Who can beat it? Chance of the President's Suite? Classy. Campus concert. Keep the ideas coming, team. Don't let your school get one up. Save lives and help win your school $1 million. Whose hand is that? Pizza! No sandwiches!
We could settle this with a sibling cage match, or Jimmy John's new toasted pizza sandwiches.
Look, me, Mom, it's a win-win.
New England looks like they're playing the pass as they're lined
Toasted
up
pizza
in the
sandwiches
dive.
at Jimmy John's. Oh, that's good.
Coming with the pass.
Hello!
He's there for the tackle. 42.
Now this is one heck of a play. Look at it. You're in a hole here on 3rd down. And they come through with this perfect play that gets them a first and keeps the drive going.
I'm coming for you.
Excellent! Come on! Who will rise? Who will fall? On the Battle of the States.
The tradition.
On the call.
The atmosphere.
O'Neal is there.
The pageantry.
At the 36.
And the passion.
Now let's have a look at
Big
what our
news Saturday.
Quarterback Dante Moore and Oregon take on Northwestern. It's big noon Saturday
The
on
Patriots
Fox.
not in a nickel pack. Rosen. Incomplete. Number 51 hits the hip just as the ball arrives.
Damon Bankson with back-to-back New Mexico touchdowns. He loves wearing number 1 because he says when you wear number 1, you can't hide. And he's not trying to hide. Big-time plays from Bankston tonight.
He's saying, come and get me. The Bruins are unable to do it, and a fantastic block there by number 7, Dorian Thomas. About 20 yards before the end zone. Bankston is the best receiving back of all the running backs. But that had nothing to do with catching the football. That is just sheer willpower. 2 stiff arms, a step through, and then 6.
Get a look at him and Scott Trey Humphrey. Humphrey did all the work last week with 141 yards. It's been McKinney and Bankston doing it all this week.
This one falls incomplete.
Taking shots like that will really
Freitas takes a knee. Time running low for the UCLA Bruins. Wednesday, a star-studded volleyball doubleheader comes your way. First, Penn State battles Pitt in a top 15 showdown. Then, 6th-ranked Wisconsin faces Marquette in Milwaukee. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Big matchup for Penn State, 2024 national champions, looking to remain towards the top of the volleyball world.
Let me tell you something. If you're sleeping on this women's volleyball season, if you think football is having chaos, this first couple of weeks of women's volleyball has been nuts.
Backfield, it's Anthony Woods, the Idaho transfer. Played for Jason Eck 2 seasons ago. Eck now the head coach of New Mexico, and he picks up a nice game on first down. And I'd imagine, Brock, this UCLA offense has to take a shot early in this drive.
They have to check the football, and quite honestly, they've had a little bit of success checking the football. But now they have no choice.
Woods again. He fights for a first down.
Anthony Woods has ties to the coaching staff on the other sideline. 19 Lobos have California roots. You know they're excited about their performance so far.
And another run by Woods out of Palmdale High School. 43 miles from here. Jackson Eck with a tackle on that last play. UCLA goes quick again. Will Nico take a shot? Peterson, the tight end. First set of bounds by David Murphy, the New Mexico native.
Just short of the line to gain, and Anthony Woods a little limpy coming to the sideline as Jet Thomas will take his place.
Comes in for the extra point.
Nicknamed Jet because of his speed. They get out in space here. No, Eck all over him.
Chambers gained a lot of yards on that.
And if you're New Mexico, Brock, you're living with these run plays and dump offs.
You certainly are.
A lot better off.
You will take this as long as you can, because at this rate, it's going to take 2 more minutes to get to the end zone if Nico doesn't start checking it deep.
To the flat again. Jet Thomas gets the edge. Sidesteps his way towards the 40. Bruins have not started 0-3 since 2019. Finished that season 4-8.
And as they find themselves in a 3-possession hole, nothing is impossible in college football, but the miracles need to start hitting really quickly.
Nico fumbles the snap, picks it up. Thomas the reception, and he slips towards that first down marker.
A rough day for the fundamentals for this UCLA offense. The false starts, now the center to quarterback exchange, just biting them in the butt at the worst times.
Habermill on the catch, and he is brought down immediately on the play by New Mexico. Not much going there.
23, number 39, takes it up the middle.
Clock is ticking. New Mexico is going to make a line shift because UCLA subbed the player. The officials are now going to ensure that New Mexico has an opportunity to sub their players, and they're going to do what you're seeing right there, taking their sweet time.
3rd and 1. Throw over the middle, in the air, intercepted. Tavion Combs catches the volley.
They're trying to spread out the defense with 5 wide.
And New Mexico
And he makes the grade.
continues.
So many yards.
Magical
Why the
night.
heck would you run a pass pattern that was short of the first? Makes no sense to me.
Nico trying to fit the ball into a tight window here.
Miller will come in now to punt it away.
And that is
Davis looks like
Jackson
he's ready
Eck
for the return.
who's able to get a hand on the football. The quintessential middle linebacker is what this coaching staff refers to him as. Not just getting it done in the run game and the pass game as well. Tavion Combs says that's the easiest interception I'll ever get.
At the 42.
One thing that Jason Eck talked about was going to be key in this game was winning the turnover battle. They force one there, stay even with UCLA, but it's that in the ground game that has been impressive from this Lobo team.
He talked a lot about the belief he put.
In the NFL over the time. You just put pressure on the passer, you never give him a chance to get into a rhythm.
We're going to review here for targeting.
Jalen St. Paul, the receiver on this play, did take a significant blow after that ball was tipped. And that is what they're going to take an extra peek at.
Had his hands up.
I think
Both teams will have a bye next week.
That's a great
Brock for New Mexico. A lot of pride going into the off week.
Certainly. So this ball gets tipped and
the offense has been
you see Jalen St. Paul take contact to the head there.
Protected well. Looking for a long completion.
I see a player going for the football. Now, contact to the helmet is always going to be checked out, right? Because that's a point of emphasis. Want to keep everybody safe. Actually, no. You're looking at number 16 there, lowering his head. So you have contact to the head, but that is a defensive back trying to make a play. I saw the head whiplash, and that's what I was looking at. But really, it's a blow to the back there that causes that whiplash, not the swing of the hand into the head.
Let's welcome in our rules expert, Steve Strimley. Steve, what did you see here?
Yeah, and the last comment you made is good. The first player hit him in the head, but with his hand, that's not a targeting. The player in the back did not hit him in the head or neck area, and it was not the crown. They made a good call and a quick review for no targeting.
Great job by our officiating crew here in Pasadena. Thank you, Steve.
And it's always good to err on the side of player safety and then find out that it was in fact a clean play. Anytime you see a player whiplash, take a big blow, and even a slight lowering of the head of a player, it's worth taking a second look. But this offense will remain on the field. They have 4 minutes to run off this clock, and the Lobos are thinking we are almost home free. We just got to bring this thing home.
Give is to Bankston.
This one falls incomplete.
Good yard, and it looks like Deshaun Foster is going to start using some of those timeouts.
It could have gone for a big play.
Was his intended target.
We will take just a 30-second break and be right back for 2nd and 9.
Old Trapper beef. One up.
I'm a big Old Trapper fan. Not bigger than me. I love Old Trapper. I love how tender it is. Don't forget the wood smoke flavor. What about the clear bag? That shows you exactly what you're getting. Savory beef. Quality ingredients. I'm their biggest fan. I'm there.
Old Trapper, what's your beef? The official beef jerky of the Big Ten.
Can you sign my bag?
That's what the mark of a solid defense is. They close in on you in a hurry, and they don't miss tackles.
We welcome you back to the Rose Bowl. Friday night action here in Pasadena. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Under 4 minutes to play in a 2nd 9 upcoming for New Mexico. And Deshaun Foster will have a week off to go over the tape. And a lot of mistakes tonight for UCLA to look at and clean up. Good news for them, it is early in the season. Here comes Bankston. Bankston!
You know, as a receiver, all you have to do is get a step, and this guy's going to put the ball on you.
Damon Bankston.
The backs are lined up in an eye. Brady sends it
break in the bank. late in Pasadena.
Speed, speed, speed. He's your kickoff returner for a reason. And when a guy who's fast enough to be your kickoff returner can break through the line of scrimmage untouched, this is what you're going to get. And unfortunately, it's been too familiar of a feeling for this UCLA defense.
That's why it'll be big if they can just hold here
yards
for a field goal.
For Bankston, who's engineered 200 total yards tonight. For New Mexico, still heaving.
You know what this does? It keeps one defense on the field. It doesn't let them get their
Lane's got to go quick. Another give.
It's the fullback and short pass.
Bankston to about the 15.
I like to hurry up here. It's a change of pace and it's a way to get the defense.
The Big Show delivers highlights, post-game interviews, and complete analysis tonight after football on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Mike Hall, Howard Griffith, and Marcel Reese have you after this one. Don't go anywhere.
You mentioned UCLA going into a bye week, some tough film to watch. And the Lobos going into a bye week as well before going into their rivalry, as you mentioned, against New Mexico State, the Rio Grande rivalry, or the Rio Grande if you're from California. That's always an exciting one for them.
McKinney this time. John Bonds and Lee Lawrence trying to strip it.
And we got to fight in the end zone.
Broken up well by the official.
Credit to him for getting in there. I don't know if I would have been as bold.
Jack Lane is looking at that crowd of Lobos, hyping them up.
This one is
2 minutes left. A 3rd and 1 upcoming for the Lobos, who are en route to their first win over a Big Ten team.
Here if they want to have any shot at scoring before the half.
Ball on their own 25. Start the drive.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because we know it's more than a new home.
He's there for the
It's a new journey.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Jordan.
Thanks, guys. To shut down the running game early to force him to pass.
And when you feel protected, you can dream fearlessly. Bundle home and auto and save up to 40%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
So, what do you guys think?
Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with those windows.
Anderson makes it easy. They are the #1 trusted window and door brand.
Oh, I love those windows.
They're built to last.
Gorgeous windows.
What a difference.
Anderson. Gosh, I love those windows.
They're magnificent.
You know, in a world where a lot can go wrong, trust your home to Anderson. I trust him more.
Thought they were out of style, huh? Well, check their new game day fit. Oh, snap! DirecTV got hot.
That's right. DirecTV is flexing with all those pro and college games at your fingertips. This ain't your dad's cable, son. It's couture.
Thank you. I got this. Catching your favorite teams is easy. Whether it's on live TV or streaming, your games are front and center.
We're talking Taylor Fit. DirecTV ain't playing.
They're playing football.
Yeah, obviously they're playing football, but they knew what I was talking about.
The ultimate pro and college football experience.
The Patriots tonight on a nickel.
Influencers aren't new.
Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
In 1941, Jeep wrote the book on four-wheel drive.
Years later, the Jeep brand is still influenced. Some create trends, we create our own trail. Some send a smile and emoji, we smile for real.
Don't call it a comeback.
Jeep, there's only one.
During the Jeep Drive into Fall event, purchase and get $4,500 total bonus cash allowance on select 2025 Jeep Wrangler gas models in dealer stock. Hurry, this great offer ends September 30th.
They might not be busting off big games.
2 minutes left in the Rose Bowl. We'll get you back out to Pasadena in a second. But first, I'm Mike Hall, reminding you to stay where you are. We've got a brand new edition of The Big Show coming up. Marcel Reese and Howard Griffith will join me. We'll look ahead to all the games coming your way on Saturday. We got volleyball highlights, some big teams in action Friday evening. Plus, we got plenty on Indiana's absolute destruction earlier tonight here on the Big Ten Network. All that's coming up when the final 2 minutes are done. For now, back to Brock and Carl.
Block the guys dream about. He just unloads on that guy.
Thank you so much, Mike. 28-10. The New Mexico Lobos on their way to their first headliner win in the Jason Eck era. And Jack Lane, a big part of it. There you get a look at Coach Eck. Believes in his players, known as a player coach, beloved by his guys. A new program that brought in 75 new players. second most in all of college football behind West Virginia. McKinney.
This is the kind of guy that you can build your
It's the first down.
Coach Eck, as we mentioned earlier with the Rose Bowl flashbacks, a Wisconsin guy, initially played there, and the second that he finished playing, immediately turned around and was a grad assistant for the legendary Jerry Alvarez. Learned so much from him. He's asked, what's the biggest thing you learned? He said, belief. How to convince my team they can walk into the Rose Bowl and win a football game.
They follow their head coach. He's on his way to being 4-0. McKinney skirts forward. That clock will continue to run. Unless UCLA wants to burn a timeout. They got that one back. Difference in this game, Brock, it's the ground game of New Mexico. Averaging nearly 6 yards a carry all night long. It just allows you to do whatever you want.
And the fear you have, as if you're a Bruin faithful, is no disrespect to the Lobos, but if this offensive line is doing this to us, what is Penn State going to do? What is Michigan State going to do? Something has to be corrected, and it needs to be corrected immediately.
McKinney fights forward and finds the end zone for another. New Mexico with the exclamation point here in Pasadena.
14-yard line is where they have to go to pick up the first down. 3 yards on the touchdown run. They're inside the 20 and a 3-point lead.
Right up the middle.
The pass off. He finds his man.
Knocking on the door of the goal line, and McKinney, the first guy he makes contact with is his own offensive lineman. Look at that. The first man he hits is his own right tackle, Tyler Lawrence.
It's the third touchdown of the quarter for New Mexico. Here's Wiki. Remains perfect. And New Mexico takes a comfortable lead.
The key to winning is
well, you won't want to miss this one tomorrow. Kirk Ferentz goes for 206 to become the all-time winningest head coach in Big Ten history, taking on UMass at 4:30. You would think a guy, Brock, with 27 years of head coaching experience at Iowa would have played almost every team. It's his first ever game against UMass tomorrow.
We were having ourselves a fun conversation before kickoff, and we said, how many teams do you think Kirk Ferentz has not played against? I'm going to look it up when I get home. It can't be more than 25. No. He's seen it all, done it all.
Seen it all. And a record, like you stated earlier, no way anyone's ever touching it.
It's unreal. A life dedicated to football.
McKinney in New Mexico getting ready to celebrate.
Randy Moss is probably the best deep receiver in football today.
As Coach Jason Eck coming over from an Idaho program that really hadn't won much. Just 2 winning seasons in the previous 22 seasons. He led them to 3 straight winning seasons. Frias takes the knee. And UCLA will take a couple shots to feel some momentum.
He's there for the tackle.
Momentum going into the bye week is a real thing. It is. And even if you're here in front of a near empty stadium in a lopsided game that is all but decided, just to take something that you can end your film session with positively before you go out, get that lift in, get that practice in, whatever they have scheduled tomorrow.
Woods on his way forward. Nico had that one nice drive, Brock, where it went 6 for 7, the touchdown up the middle to Mokiao Atimalala. But he hasn't been able to find a rhythm so far.
We said it. We said it in the open. We said it. We say it here now. It's not a talent issue. It is no question of talent. It's a matter of it all coming together.
The Bruins will look to put it together after the bye week. New Mexico comes away with a victory in Pasadena, their first win over a power conference team since 2008. And Jason Eck has his headliner victory in his first season with the Lobos.
Number 3, put them up by 1.
Credit to Coach Eck. Came in here and knew what he wanted to do and dominated the game plan. As for UCLA, last year they won 4 of the final 6. And they're going to need to find some kind of retribution similar to last year coming off that bye week.
Great way to start the second half.
That'll do it for us here at the Rose Bowl, where New Mexico defeats UCLA. Up next, we'll send it to the guys in the studio for the big show. For Brock Farine, Drea, Aven, and our entire crew, I'm Carlo Jimenez saying so long.
Coming up on the big show, Indiana brings down the hammer to get another victory while UCLA struggles once again in the Rose Bowl. We look ahead to Saturday's full day of action, including Kirk Ferentz trying to make Big Ten history, Michigan's coach not being on the sidelines. Plus in women's volleyball, we got highlights from some of the best teams in the country in action Friday. The big show starts right now.
The 40, the 30, room to run, the 20, the 10.
Hi there from Chicago. This is the Big Show. Thrilled to have you with us. My call, Marcel Reese and Howard Griffith with you. A busy day coming up on Saturday, but first Friday we had 2 games, Howard. 2 very different vibes from the Big Ten team.
You think about this Indiana team, just how dynamic they were. Came out and dominated their opponent. Then you look to UCLA to come up and be able to do some things that can make you start to feel good about where the direction of the program is heading, and they just couldn't get it done. Too many self-inflicted wounds.
Indiana, fantastic. UCLA, on the other hand, some work to do going into this bye week, trying to find a silver lining and some positivity to build on.
All right, let's show you the highlights. Start off with the domination from the Hoosiers. They were at home, had a great crowd on hand, taking on the Sycamores of Indiana State. Fernando Mendoza finds Omar Cooper. Those two had themselves a fantastic connection all day long. Indiana up 14-0. Marcel, I wasn't lying when I said they had a great connection. Here they go again. Mendoza to Cooper.
Omar Cooper was fantastic. Yards after the catch. Here you see him running by himself into the end zone. Great hands catch. He was phenomenal tonight.
They were up 45 at the break. Second half, no more Fernando. Sorry, Fernando. It's time for Alberto, the brother. He fakes the handoff, finds Cooper. Gone. 4 touchdowns for Cooper, tied an all-time Indiana program record. 73-0. Melanie Ricks with Fernando afterwards.
Congratulations on the win. How do you feel like your team was able to find your rhythm early tonight?
Thank you so much. Appreciate you having me again. I thought the team took another step, especially our offense. That's what I can speak for. You know, the first or second game we saw a jump. I do think we saw a jump from game 2 to game 3 now. We got a lot of stuff that we got to clean up, including my part. A couple of missed opportunities out there, but we saw the offensive line play amazing, the running backs play amazing, the tight ends, and the receivers. It was touchdown galore. So really props to all those guys for making a good operation.
When you talk about playing a complete game, how close did your team come to that tonight?
I think pretty close. Defensively, the ones were dominant. The offense made plays. Some penalties on teams. You know, Indiana State came out and played really hard early. We just had more bullets in our gun than they did. But we're definitely taking a step week 2 and week 3.
Well, and speaking of, what steps from week 3 do you want to carry over into week 4?
All the good ones.
Thanks, Coach. Congrats.
The 30.
There we go.
I mean, that's a lot. That doesn't eliminate all the good ones. There were so many good plays. Let's start off breaking this game down with our own Trapper Smoking player of the game. And that is Fernando, who looked marvelous, going 19 of 20 on the day.
No better feeling when your star quarterback is the player of the game, because you know he played well. And playing well was an understatement today for Fernando Mendoza. Was calm, cool, collected, in the pocket. You see here doing everything, showing his feet, going through the full progression, then running, using his feet, running into the end zone, found a ton of targets.
Like you said, Mike, 19 of 20 on the day, 95% completion percentage, 270 plus yards, 5 touchdowns, and even ran for one like we saw. Fantastic game out of him.
Really no negatives from this game for Indiana for the most part.
Well, no negatives, but Coach Sick told us there were a couple passes in there he probably shouldn't have thrown, but they ended up working out. This is just another opportunity for them to turn the page and get ready for a big matchup next week.
And one of the things we've been talking about through all the day Friday is Cooper's their second guy. He's not Elijah, who's supposed to be their top. I mean, that's saying something for this offense.
That's the great thing about Indiana. We're seeing a little bit of everything from them in these first 3 weeks. We saw the rushing attack for the first 2 weeks, and then today we saw the passing attack. Surratt is their number 1 receiver. Today they focused. Seems to me they took an intentional effort to get Cooper involved early and often in this game, and it worked out.
Well, one of the things that I really liked about Cooper and some of the routes that he was running, and you mentioned this in the highlight, his ability to catch with his hands, right? That's really when you start talking about what's separating wide receivers. When they're wide open, some guys want to kind of cradle it, catch it in the body. He stuck both hands out there, caught it right there. Strong hands, and continues to make plays. And run after the catch is something that's been huge for him.
You know what next week is, Howard?
Talk to me.
Indiana, Illinois. Come on now. That's going to be one of the biggest games in the history.
When was the last time, like, those two getting together
had this much on the line? I can't think of it. I mean, it's something. This is brand new territory. Also, this statistic is something you don't say every day. Indiana outgained their opponent by 603 yards. That's outrageous.
The thing about it, we've double-checked and it actually is.
Your math was mathing. Your math was mathing.
Largest shutout win for them since 1905. Very different vibe out west in Pasadena, where it was a struggle again for UCLA taking on New Mexico. We pick it up in the second quarter. UCLA already down 14-0. There's something good.
That's a dime in the red zone.
Nico Iamaleava finds Titus Mokio Atimalala. Thank you. Makes 2 in a row. 8-play, 78-yard drive. But in the fourth quarter, UCLA down. Iamaleava on a 4th and 4 is flushed out of the pocket. Eludes some pressure. Throws.
It's second down. 8 to go.
Not where it's supposed to be. Ball gets batted down. Bruins turn it over on down. Strong hit on Iamaleava as well. Next New Mexico drive, they're already up 11. Halfway through the fourth, Jack Lane drops it off. Damon Bankston slips the tackle, and that's a ball game, folks. That ended it. Really impressive run there. 43 yards, but another loss for Deshaun Foster and company. They are now once again winless on the season, 0-3 this year, and this is a tough one. It looked a little worse, Howard, partly because that fourth quarter, UCLA lost 21-0.
Yeah, when you start to look at the game and you think about what New Mexico was doing when they started with 2 trick plays. So that kind of gave us a little insight to what they wanted to do. They were going to be aggressive the entire game, going for it on 4th down, being able to convert some of those. But at the end of the day, they dominated the line of scrimmage. Really both sides of the line of scrimmage and really got away with it.
When I was looking at UCLA, we talked about earlier that they wanted to get a fast start. They didn't do that. But they had that moment in the second quarter where they had the touchdown drive. And you saw Nico go 6 of 7, and they had the success, they had the touchdown, and then all of a sudden they're riddled with more penalties. The discipline of this team has to be fixed. They have to make an intentional effort this week, going into that bye week, to be clean. Let's control what we control. No pre-snap penalties. Watch the hands on the holding. No personal fouls. That all speaks to discipline. And it's tough to see this team because I know Deshaun Foster personally, and he was a disciplined football player, a tough football player, and this team is just not showing that right now, and he's going to have to make the intentional effort, him and his coaching staff, to get them back on track this week.
13 penalties, 1 week after having 14 penalties. Really rough. And then you add up their entire points in 3 games, that's 43. That's it that they've scored through 3 games. So time off for UCLA, see what they can do when they recoup and get back in action. More football coming up in just a little bit. We will get you ready for the upcoming games. However, we turn our attention not to Saturday football, but instead to volleyball. And it's the #1 team in the country, Nebraska, taking on Utah. Andy Jackson, look at this again.
Look at that approach.
First set, football analysis. Let's go. Fourth set, Lady Joe Boy, match point for the Huskers.
punting team.
Ace. They call that an ace.
Nailed it. Analysis. Huskers 7-0 on the season. Wisconsin taking on Georgia Tech. Wisconsin wins the first two sets. In the third, Badgers up 16-13. Mimi Collier. Bam. Beautiful precision. Game high 19 kills. Wisconsin's up 17-13. Match point for them. Charlie Furbringer to Una Viagic. Oprah. Wisconsin sweeps Georgia Tech, moves to 5-1 on the season. Lots more to come here on The Big Show. Like I said, we'll check in on what's going on Saturday. We will visit with the announcers on site. For example, Michigan, also Oregon and Northwestern. Joel Klatt will give his thoughts on the Ducks and the Cats.
At the 31. Johnny's
The Big Show on the Big Ten Network is brought to you by Old Trapper. What's your beef?
Gotta make the stop.
1st and 10.
Whether you are running a complex...
They'll go from the I formation. Hand it off to the back. Haas is there on the stop. Took the handoff and picks up a nice game.
Yeah, that was a ramble. Reminiscent of his early playing days.
Ball at midfield.
Ball on the 49-yard line.
There we go, baby. Rock and roll. Let's go, B. Let's go.
Hand it off. Thomas is there for the tackle. And a flag down on that play. Let's see what the call is.
Number 70.
A team has to show discipline and execute properly out there. If they don't, they'll find it's much harder to overcome the other team and get a win.
It'll be 1st and long here after the penalty backs them up. The Patriots come out in a nickel package, looking to run it here. Williams is there on the stop at the 46-yard line.
He's having himself quite a game. He's one of those guys who you can really trust to carry the load on offense.
2nd and long coming up here.
Ball on the 46-yard line. Let's go.
With the pass. Holden is there for the tackle at the 33-yard line.
Perfect execution to get this first down. Look at it here. He knows how far they have to move the chain. And he gets it by making the right decision and laying it in there like that.
Get it, son. Stay both now. Good shoot. So low. So low. Watch your eyes. Here we go.
Hand off to the tailback. Mike Vrabel stopped him there, and according to our numbers, that's tackle number 6 for him. Sproles rumbles forward for a gain of 4. 2-minute warning coming up.
Ball on the 30-yard line.
All right, now. Let's go. Be careful.
They line up in the I formation on the carry. Seymour comes up to make the play at the 25-yard line. Sproles rumbles forward for a gain of 4. Two minutes to go.
Ball on the 25-yard line.
Showtime, baby.
The defense has had difficulty stopping them on 3rd down. O'Neal is there on the stop, but they allow them to pick up the first. And they're going without a huddle. The blitz is on. It's the pass off. Incomplete. And they have to go to the air because they need big plays fast.
That's right. You got to have composure in these situations. Find your receivers who can pick up yardage after the catch. But most importantly, you have to keep the chains moving.
And this is the 9th play of this drive. Rivers with a man in motion.
I'm coming through, baby. Watch out.
And they go with the delay. Number 51 comes up to make the play at the 15. And a flag down on that play. Let's see what the call is.
2nd down.
After the penalty, it's now 2nd and long.
On the 34-yard line.
Knock him out. Come on. Not today.
Sproles, the lone back. With the pass, this one falls incomplete. He's lucky he got that one off, John. The defense brought everyone on the blitz.
They just went after the quarterback, but his quick release allowed him to escape a sack.
This is the 10th play of this drive.
Ball on the 34-yard line.
What you got from? Let's go, boys. Yeah, let's go, baby.
The Patriots come out in a nickel pack. Folded with the tackle. San Diego can't keep their drives going, John. They failed on 6 third downs.
Yeah, they're not calling their best plays on third down, and they're predictable, which makes it easier for the defense to make the stop.
The pressure is on. This kick would give us a tie game. The kick is good, and that ties it up here in the 4th.
He's one of those guys who really works hard at what he does, and you can see that hard work paying off when you make a kick like this one.
From the 10-yard line.
They have a reputation for pulling out wins right at the end of the game. They have another chance to do that kind of thing right here with this drive.
Goal on their own 27.
Start the drive at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10.
One of us gonna make a break. Turn it out now.
It's a blitz with the throw. No one near his receiver. Mike Minter stopped him for his 3rd tackle so far. He's always very composed in the pocket, John. Nothing rattles him.
Yeah, when you talk about guys that can handle the pressure and find the open receiver, this is the kind of guy you're talking about.
What screen? Set. Temple. Let's go now. Don't stop that motor.
Gets rid of it, and he makes the grab. Number 31 is there for the tackle at the 49. He has such a quick release, and the ball is out before anybody knows what's happening.
And that makes it hard for him to be sacked, and it gives the defenders less time to react.
They're coming with the blitz. Gets the pass off. The 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Patriots. Tom Brady throws it for the touchdown to give them the 4th quarter lead. Number 3 comes in for the extra point. The extra point attempt is good. New England is now up by a touchdown. Squib kick here. A mistake by the kicker on that one.
Kickoff, out of bounds. Number 3.
Penalties and takeaways can really kill a team. Usually the team with the fewest mistakes out there will win the game.
Ball on their own 40.
Ball on the 40-yard line.
Here we go, baby. Bring it up, bring it up.
The Patriots come out in a nickel package. Pass play here on 1st down. Throwing. Right on target to the wide receiver. This one will be spotted at the 48-yard line. And so that makes tackle number 6. They'll call this play at the line of scrimmage. The Chargers call a timeout. They have 1 left.
You got to think they'll be going with something in the air here, conserving time while moving downfield for the score.
2nd and 2.
Ball on the 48-yard line.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Dropping back. Pressure coming. Throws it. And it's caught. Thomas is there on the stop They want to hurry it up here. San Diego will call a timeout here. Ball on the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39-yard line.
Get it, Sean. Go, dude. Not today.
Rivers out of the gun. Davis comes in motion.
We turning it up. All on that
Pass play here on first down. Launching the pass deep down the right side. Goes up, makes the catch. That completion puts him over the 200-yard mark today. And it looks like they're going to go with a no huddle. Lobs one into the end zone. Leaps. He has it. Touchdown, Chargers. Kading comes in for the game-tying extra point here in the fourth. Kading will tie it up here in the fourth quarter by converting this extra point. And it's good. What a game. Very high scoring, and we're going to overtime to determine the winner. As we take a look at his success returning kicks, we get ready for the kickoff.
San Diego is lined up for the kickoff. Welker back to return.
It's on its way. From the 8-yard line. He has some room. Touchdown, Patriots.
And what you're going to see here is a good example of how you can set up blocking on kick return. Watch how they create a crease for him. He sees his lane, makes some moves, and then he's gone.
This is Al Michaels with John Madden saying goodbye for EA Sports.